Steelers lose to the Dolphins yesterday 16-10 on Sunday Night Football, and now they sit tied for last place in the AFC North with the Cleveland Browns at a 2-5 record. God damn it. Following yesterday's game, though, you have Steelers receiver Chase Claypool officially being indoctrinated as a full-time Yinzer. And I know he gets hate and people think that he should be a better receiver than what he is, but as a whole, I thought he actually played pretty well in yesterday's game, outside of the whole flop or pass interference fiasco, whatever you want to call it. But now he's a true Pittsburgher. Not because of what he did on the field, but because of what he said off of it.
Yeah, I just think we need more go balls. Like, not enough go balls. We got plenty of years. And I had a go ball all year. George needs more. He needs more. But, I'm not saying that's on the play calling. I'm just saying we need to try to find a way to scheme it up.
I'm not saying that's on play calling, but we got to find a way to scheme it up. Tell me you want Canada gone without telling me you want Canada gone. And that, my friends, is how Chase Claypool has officially revoked his Canadian status and has now become a full-blown Yinzer. Just like one of us, tired of the shitty play calling and shooting ourselves in the foot on offense. And on second thought, maybe Boswell did actually direct those comments toward Canada. But going back to Claypool's point, didn't it seem like the offense was a lot better when we just let Kenny cook, had him in shotgun, 3 or 4 receivers spread out, drop back and just let him sling it? Because outside of that, it just got way too bland and conservative with the play calling it. Way too many points throughout the game. I just don't know why we're giving this Matt Canada dude so many passes as the offensive coordinator and play caller up to this point. Like last year, I was pissed with the role that he had as OC with 7 as QB1 and making 7 run his shitty college offense. But now we're even seeing, without 7 being there to bail him out every fourth quarter, Canada's incompetence is further on display. Oh, and you know what? That just reminded me. Fuck it, this is my show. Let's plug the obligatory bring back 7 and it wasn't 7's fault slogans. And since we're on the topic of quarterback, I guess we gotta talk Kenny Pickett. How we feeling? A lot of people are bringing up past rookie quarterbacks that struggled in their first season and how they didn't let those moments or their rookie season define the rest of their career. Like Troy Aikman, Peyton Manning, Josh Allen, the list goes on and on. But please stop it. We get it, and I actually agree with the sentiment of why you're bringing it up. I truly do. I just don't want to hear about it for every hiccup in the road. We knew about this going in. We knew this could be a possibility. But at the same time, I do kind of understand why these reminders and comparisons are being brought up, because you do have some idiots out there that are calling for Pickett's job and saying that he sucks and that he's a bust already. Just pay those people no mind. They don't know football and they're clowns. Like, do these haters really want to ignore this throw? Do they want to act like they didn't get to witness this yesterday on 4th down? Or any of the other good things that Pickett did throughout the game? Because it's there, man. KP8's got it. I actually feel like he's pretty good right now. There's just been a couple mistakes that have popped up along the way. But if you don't want to take it from me, because I know I'm biased, take it from the former football players that have turned announcers that have been calling these Steeler games, like Tony Romo, Chris Collinsworth. You even have Orlovsky on Twitter, who didn't like the Pickett pick by the Steelers initially. They have all been speaking very highly of Pickett throughout his first 3 games. And they think he's performed well given the circumstances and that he is going to be the future of the Steelers. He's got that in him. But trust me, I'm not excusing Pickett's 2 picks to end the game because they weren't good. Bad decisions, they ended up costing us. But we'll roll with that going forward because I like that the dude isn't willing to just play it safe. He's willing to take a shot, not be too conservative. Don't care about the stats, just trying to get a dub. You got a 3rd and 16 after a couple BS penalty calls in the Dolphin zone. You're trying to score, you're trying to win the game, you're trying to convert the 1st down. And then on the last one, you see Deontay singled up against the Dolphins cornerback. You throw it up there and try to have your receiver make a play. I'll take that mentality all day because as Pickett progresses, he'll learn how to rein it in. He's smart. He's going to know how to play it safe and live to play another down. But at the same time, quarterbacks throw interceptions. Newsflash. Great quarterbacks in big moments have thrown interceptions. It's going to happen. Shit happens. It just sucks because with that defensive performance, I feel like we should have won that game. And I feel like we're still a good team. I feel like we're a lot better than what our record is. It's just nothing's clicking on all cylinders right now. Like for the whole season, the defense has been pretty steady, inconsistent at times, but when they've really stepped it up, it doesn't feel like the offense has picked it up and has lived up to their full potential. Feels like we've been saying that a lot over these last couple years. The offense hasn't been living up to their full potential. Wonder who the common denominator's been. But y'all wanted 7 gone. Anyway, there's no question we're still rolling with Pickett, and that's what the team's doing as well.
But, I mean, that's Cam. He's going to be aggressive, and sometimes he'll backfire, but we have all the belief in Cam that he's going to make the right decision.
I think he played a great game. So, social media, they might do what they do, but he doesn't deserve it.
But now let's switch to the other side of the ball, the Steelers' defense. Overall, they played great. Yesterday in my post-game report, I said they played phenomenal, and I stand by it. It was a little shoddy in the first half. We all saw the Dolphins receivers running all over the place, wide open. But then they tightened up at the end of the first half, and then in the second half, they literally gave up 0 points. But it could have been even better. And you may be asking, Deke, what could have been better than giving up 0 points in the second half? Well, what's better than that is 0 points and some takeaways. In yesterday's pregame show, I called that Tua would throw the Steelers a pick. And I still feel that way. Tua might still be trying to throw the Steelers a pick right now. It was a top 3 prop bet I was most confident in. I'm still confident. Tua was gifting them to the Steelers on a silver platter. Why didn't the Steelers want them? Were they not good enough? What was wrong with them? So I'm going to rate these would-be interceptions on a scale of 1 to 10 on how interceptable they were. The first one to Levi Wallace, I'm going 9 out of 10. Not a perfect 10, mainly because of the misdirection of it. And everything was probably happening a little bit faster in real time than what it seemed on TV. So can't go perfect 10, but we all know a 9's still pretty damn good. Now this one to Cam Sutton, this one is a 10 out of 10. Absolute dime of an interceptable pass. Beautiful. And Cam still didn't want it. His standards, I guess, are too high. How could have Tua thrown it any better for you? And if Cam didn't want to pick this pass, then what pass is he going to want to pick? He might be without an interception for the rest of his life. This one to Terrell Edmunds, I got to say 9 out of 10 because this one literally hits him right in the chest. I'm not going to say perfect 10 just because it was a low pass. And then the last one to Levi Wallace, I'm going to say a 7. So not even an 8, 9, or 10. And you got to work for it. So maybe that's why he didn't pick it off. It was lofted up there like a balloon. It was easy, but at the same time, it was low. Still would have liked to seen it caught. But overall, you have to give a ton of credit to the defense, pretty much across the board. I mean, Devin Bush played phenomenal. I thought he was great in coverage. He was even making tackles at the line of scrimmage. And then you had Miles Jack making plays, Cam Hayward doing his thing, Larry Ogunjobi. Minka Fitzpatrick was lighting up every Dolphins receiver. He made Tyreek Hill scared to go across the middle. You guys did see that, right? And then can't forget Terrell Edmunds. This might have been one of his best games, man. Just tackling, also in coverage. Held up with Tyreek Hill down the sideline on that deep pass. Tua may have underthrown it, but still, great coverage by Terrell Edmunds. State of the Steelers right now, like I said, I think we're better than what our record indicates. We're still rolling with Pickett. We did get the win going back a couple weeks. The win that I talked about we would need heading into the bye. I have seen too much crazy shit in the NFL to be writing off this season. Keep the faith in Pickett. I think he's going to right the ship, although I don't think he really needs to right the ship that much. He's been playing pretty damn good. It just came down to a couple bad decisions. That's really it. But yeah, obviously not happy about being 2-5 in the basement of the AFC North, but I just still see too many good things from this team. Like with how the defense played these last 2 weeks, you mean to tell me we could get more of that going forward and we add TJ Watt into the fold? What does that look like? We just got to have the offense catch up. And I think it's getting there. It's just I guess it just comes down to better play call. I mean, I would prefer not having these double reverses and jet sweeps and 5-yard screens behind the line of scrimmage to Gentry and just shit like that. Maybe we become a little bit more innovative, but also, some of those refs were terrible yesterday. I think they were calling some really ticky-tack stuff. A lot of it was against the Steelers, but also they made a call or two against the Dolphins. I'll be fair about that. But yeah, dude, we're just going forward. We just got to keep going forward. Not writing off this season. Absolutely not. But let me know what you guys think of the game yesterday, any of the topics that I talked about here on this edition of Big Deke News. Stay chilling. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Peace.